You live from downtown Homestead. And I wanted to say good morning to you all out there, and I would like to say, Julio, what's up?
What's going on? We got a special guest in the building. Let's give it up for Martin Bech, R&L Printing, Miami-based print shop, doing big things in Miami-Dade County. We got the opportunity to sit with him and talk today. Martin, what's going on, my brother?
What's up, hey, guys? Welcome, brother. Good seeing you, man. Thank you, and welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Martin.
Good, guys. Hey, Martin is, guys, as we say, once a week we come to you and we tell you, hey, we got some tips and tricks of things we're doing that we've seen or we've heard that works. And we wanted to kind of share for the next generation so that we're not keeping all this stuff a secret. We're kind of like dropping little tips and we're dropping crumbs, right? Success have crumbs. So Julio, introduce my guy.
I want to see Martin. Martin is R&L Printing, Miami-based. This is when he started very young, and he saw an opportunity, and this gentleman ran with it 1,000%. It wasn't all peaches and cream. There was some bumps along the way, and Martin's going to tell us how he came through, how he got over that adversity, and he's going to tell us how he became the success that he is today. Woo. So Martin, tell us a little bit about how you started. Where'd you go to high school?
I went to Christopher Columbus High School.
The Z!
Christopher Columbus. We got to give it up one time for Christopher Columbus.
Brother.
I've never seen a high school alumni as tight-knit as they are. They have been together. Everywhere you go, you see Christopher Columbus. I mean, they are a huge, right? Huge. It's like fraternities, yes. like alumni, college alumni fraternity. These are high school. Christopher Columbus, grade school. You come out of Christopher Columbus, you start your adult life. How does that start?
So in 1998, I opened up a cell phone store. Ironically enough, I opened up a cell phone store.
Yeah,
we ran that until about 2007, 2008. And Demetrius actually took over the store that we originally had on 152. That was originally our location. And then in 2009, me and my wife started looking at each other like, what are we going to do now? Like, we got to do something new. So ironically, I found R&L Printing, which is a print shop that's been around since 1998, on Craigslist.
Okay. Craigslist. Remember that? I haven't heard that word. Yeah. I haven't heard that word in a long time.
Wow. On Craigslist, I was looking for opportunities, looking for businesses. And on Craigslist, I found a print shop for sale. And I asked my wife if she'd like to get into printing.
Wow.
And we got into printing. 16 years later, and I had no experience of printing. I didn't even realize that business cards got printed on big sheets and cut down to small business cards afterwards. I just thought that there was a printer that would print a business card.
But Martin, for those high school kids, as you said, you got out of high school and you just bought a cell phone store. There had to have been a hustle before you can earn the money to buy the store, or unless you married into some rich family and said, hey, let's go buy a store, right?
So when I was in high school, when I was in Columbus, I used to have a car wash. So I used to wash cars, and it was pretty much a Friday, Saturday, Sunday gig, and it was
a weekend money.
That was the grind.
That was the grind to be able to start saving. Then I worked for Bell South Mobility, which people don't even know what Bell South Mobility is. That's AT&T now.
Right.
For about 11 months, I became the second salesperson for the Southeast region, top salesperson for the Southeast region. And 11 months later, I left and I opened up Chit Chat.
There you go. So for those for those entrepreneurs out there, you start with a hustle and you grind and you save your money. You don't buy stupid shit. You don't go buy, the fancy cars, the best clothes. You don't do any of that because there's a plan in place if you want to be successful and you want to have your own business. So Martin is a prime example. He started car washing. Then he works for a company and becomes one of the top salesmen in that company, but still knowing that he had a goal, he had a dream about being his own boss. And that's exactly how it happened, right? And then you get into being your own boss and you go, man, there's more work now than I had ever before.
Yeah. My first year in business, I worked around 70 to 80 hours a week. Never had a break. And I ended up with $100 at the end of the year in profit. And I remember my accountant showing me and telling me, well, I have good news and bad news. The good news is you made a profit. And I go, wow, that's great. And then he goes, the bad news is that you made a profit.
Right. That's it.
And it was $100 that I made. And I went to have a steak dinner. I still remember my steak dinner for my $100.
But you saw that you put in the grind, you know. and you were steadfast. You stayed in it. You understood. You learned the process. You got into it without even knowing the process. You didn't go and say, you know what, let me go to school and learn about how to do the marketing and such.
I was in school.
Okay.
I was in school.
But you also learned the fact too. You went in. You didn't go in there thinking that you wanted to do printing or go into media. It was for something else. I would assume, correct? So knowing a little about you, Martin, and knowing your work ethic, I know that Martin is a hustler. Martin knows how to get in and get dirty and understand. Hey, when he's in it, he's all in it, and his wife is right there in the trenches with him. So kudos to Viv, man. I must say, congratulations for you guys and your success in the print shop. All of my printing comes through Martin. Even kicking and screaming, I tell him, listen, I want the best for less, like everybody else, He's like, all right, damn it, I don't want to tell you the price.
So, Demetrius, all of the events that you go to throughout the city of Homestead, AT&T, Cellular Wireless is always there, right? All of that material, all that merch, all that cool stuff that you've got, the branded tents. You've got so many weird things that you give people, which is cool. All of that comes from R&L Printing.
When you say, you know what, I'm going to reveal the plug or the source. And this R&L Printing is the plug for me. It's the source. They're family ran. They understand the concept of business. They understand, time matters. They understand quality matters. And you know what I mean? They're just cool people as well, too. And he's an amazing cook, by the way, too. Just let you know, just dropping tips. So guys, and I stayed loyal to them because at the end of the day, there's nothing better than when you can pick up the phone and you can say, hey, I need this. And he pretty much knows what you want. I don't have to go back and forth negotiating how it's going to look. He knows exactly what the quality should look like. And he's going to give me the best price possible, no matter how I kick and scream.
Or you just send the WhatsApp message.
Oh, I just send the WhatsApp message. Good, man.
Okay, Martin, do you need to be a graphic designer to be in the printing business, or the things that you do? Did you have to?
Do you need to be a barber to own a barber shop?
No, you do not. No, you do not. So that answers the question. Right? That answers the question.
So the answer is no, man. Just have the will. Have the will.
So, what would you tell someone that's trying to break into that business? Some mistakes that you may have made early on that you wouldn't do now. Like buying the huge machine when maybe you should.
And that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say, like, one of the big things is that machines are very easy to get. When you're in this industry, machines are very easy to get on leases.
Okay.
And a lease could really put you in a grind because it's a monthly expense. And it's a monthly expense. It's gonna be for 5 years.
Right.
And you're gonna have a buyout at the end, but you still gotta look at that lease and say, am I paying per click? Am I paying, when you're paying per click, those clicks add up really, really fast. Right. And then suddenly all your profits go into a machine that technically you probably could have bought used.
Right.
And you might have to do some repairs or whatever the case is. But these machines, these commercial machines, are usually pretty robust machines. They're usually machines that are going to last a good 10, 15, even 20 years. I mean, there's still machines that are 100 years old and they're still printing. Yeah. Believe it or not.
And what I love too about sending stuff over there, obviously by having a printer at your office, you know what a cartridge of ink costs.
Yeah.
Some of them are $89 just for the ink, and that's just one color. Right. And there's multiple colors you need. So it saves so much time, money, and effort just to simply pick up the phone and say, hey, have that relationship on speed dial so that you can simply pick up the phone and make that call to kind of enhance your business, because a business with no sign is a sign with no business.
That's right. And so Martin, he started the shop. He made $100 profit when he first started.
That was with the cell phones. Not with the print shop. With the print shop, we were a little bit. We purchased an existing business with the print shop since it was around since 1998. So we had some customers.
Okay. Right. There was a customer base.
There was a customer base, but of the customer base that we originally had, I think if we have 5 of those customers still printing with us, that's probably too much.
Okay. All right. So then you take over the lease of the building, or
So
Does the real estate part of the building rent or mortgage?
So originally, originally we had a lease and we were originally on Coral Way. So originally we were deep in Miami, in Coral Way, and like 67th Avenue. We kept it there for about a year. It was more in a retail atmosphere at the time. We kept it there for about a year just to test it out, to see if it was worth the traffic, worth the rent, and worth everything. We realized that in the printing industry, retail is not really the way you have to go. You don't need to. Right. You could, but you don't need to go retail. So we found a warehouse close to Tamiami Airport, which we were there for, I would say 11 years. We were there for 11 years, or maybe 9. In between 9 and 11 years we were there. And then we moved to another location, which we did purchase. And then now we're in a new location, which we're in the process of
all right, so
as well.
Those people that are trying to get in, you don't necessarily, based on what Martin just said, you don't necessarily need to be in a high traffic area for visibility. You just have to provide quality service, and the people will find you. So it's more really about relationship building.
Right. Market yourself.
Relationship building, marketing, and that's how you're going to earn a better client base that's going to stay loyal to you if you continue to deliver quality service.
And you want the repetitive customer as well. You want realtors.
That's right.
Realtors, we're the easiest target.
Realtors are good, especially realtors that like to farm, farm certain areas and stuff like that. Because I know that they really push the whole farming concept and the farming idea, and the farming idea does work. I have realtors that have been printing with us for 10 years, and they're basically doing the same thing repetitively on a monthly, on a quarterly basis, or whatever structure they feel comfortable with, but they're doing it repetitively, and they're doing it in the same area.
And I'm sure that those realtors are probably selling at a high level, and they use a basic concept. It's a system that they've implemented that works. And like I said, success leaves clues. All you have to do is maybe take a look at the person that's doing that, or call Martin and say, hey man, what do some of your regular realtors do? What do they buy here? And Martin's going to say, well, this realtor, it's public information. This realtor does this, and this.
Right.
And I'm happy to sell it to you. Samples of most things.
Yeah.
Right.
Guerrilla marketing works.
Yeah.
All right.
People don't think that guerrilla marketing works. I mean, I know that we're in a digital area.
What is guerrilla marketing for those who don't know?
Guerrilla marketing is putting out bandit signs. It's wearing shirts. It's having a hat on. It's passing out business cards. Yeah. It's just a tactic of putting a duck on your shirt, for people to ask you what the duck is about. It's just, that's guerrilla marketing. Guerrilla marketing still works today.
I'm a big believer at those who brand everything usually have a higher level of success. Amen. I mean, people are branding their socks, their watches, they're branding everything. And typically when you see the sales that they're doing, it's usually higher.
Yeah.
So I believe the stores and the shops like R&L Printing, they can level up your real estate business with just a few things, and it's not that expensive. I mean, in every business, you've got to have a marketing budget, right? But for those who don't think that you need to spend money just to get your name out there, they're completely wrong. But with any business, you're gonna need to separate a small amount of money for marketing. And if you're new to the business, have that already in your mindset. I want to come out the gate with good habits. So if I'm a brand new licensed agent, I want to have a package. I go to Martin's store. I get a basic real estate package. I want 1 for sale sign. I want 1 for rent. I want 5 open house signs. I want the magnets. I want the magnets for the car, and I want some hats and some. And then I want any business that falls in my lap or I get a lead. I'm ready then and there to go and do service for that customer, because you're new to the business, you get a lead, you're like, oh man, I don't have a sign. Then they call Martin. Martin's like, well, it's going to take 2 or 3 days to get a sign. It doesn't happen overnight. Right. So those packages, Martin, basic realtor package, like a starter package, what comes included from your shop?
I mean, so like you were saying, you could get business cards, you could get magnets, You could get the realtor sign. So a realtor sign, a basic realtor sign, normally what I try to push when I do a realtor sign is I try to push riders with the realtor sign.
Okay.
Instead of just one sign that says for sale, one sign that says for rent. That way you're able to use the main sign and then have the for
rent.
sale or the for rent on the bottom. That way it ends up saving you some money, I think, in the long run, and you're able to multi-use it instead of just for one use.
So for those people out there, the riders are the smaller sign that goes hooked on to the main sign that says price reduced or
Correct.
for sale or for rent, because a lot of people don't know what riders are. And sometimes when you do the real estate signs too, you may want to tell the print shop that to add grommets, you know, the little circles,
Right,
you know,
right,
little
the
holes
holes
in
in
them.
there.
The holes.
Because the wind really gets a hold of that thing, and I know that all so well. Every month or so we would putting up those things, and human directional. Sometimes having a person outside, works great for the business too. That if your municipality allows it, sometimes they prevent. But over a period of time, I've seen. There's pretty much anything you can do for the marketing side of your business, right? So pretty much a shirt with the company's name on it, handing out business card, starting up a conversation, wearing a goofy hat. You'll be surprised what tips and tricks are out there that can simply help you motivate. But most importantly, you have to have a marketing plan. You have to do something with
And then
Mm-hmm.
another thing a lot of realtors do, once they do a closing or whatever, they give like a gift to the new owners, the new homeowners or business owners or whatever the case is. And why not do a custom gift?
Right. I see
Something that's going to last.
So that way you have your name.
It's going to be
out there
memorable.
as well.
Right. At the seafood festival, Martin Dos came out with a small laser machine. That laser machine can print. They can laser on pretty much anything. So you can probably on bottles too. They can engrave on a bottle. So if you want to customize
Anything.
Don Julio,
But this machine is purchased and you put it in a box and say, here you go?
not the machine, the actual engraving.
Oh, okay.
You
The
bring in
machine is
something blank.
what's going to be
Right, he has the machine. He just popped it on
And
the
it's a
machine.
portable machine,
It's a
like you were
portable
saying.
machine.
We're
He
able
can
to
come
take
to
it
your
with
event or come to your place and says, I can print right on this machine. So he pop up his laptop, plug in some information, and he can spit right out what you want on that product. So at the end of the day, guys, we all know that marketing is one of the things you have to have. So all of you out there that's running your business or may not be saying that you do or you don't think you may need it, we're saying you should have that in your portfolio of things.
When it comes to marketing, I always like to give one example, which is there's a really popular soda company. I don't think I even have to say the name.
Right.
But that soda company is the number one soda company in the world, and they don't stop advertising. They're advertising all the time.
Yep.
There's either billboards of them, there's either bus ads with them, there's TV commercials, radio commercial. Everything you could think of, they're putting their name on. And
Right.
if they have to be even in magazines or newspapers, they're still newspapers, people.
Right.
Even in newspapers, they're still putting ads in those things.
And so, Martin, let me ask you a question for shipping and such, because persons are around the world usually look at our podcast and they want to know if they wanted to purchase some stuff from you. Obviously, you can drop ship, you can ship. I think you ship to the Bahamas and places like that. And also, it's not a secret anymore. You're known in the Bahamas now that hey, you're out there. People would like to use you because the price is a little different over there than it is.
Sure.
It's cheaper to call you, order the stuff, and ship it over there than it is to do it locally sometimes because the price is different. Way different. You know what I mean? The margins is amazing.
The islands are a lot different for prices. Even in Puerto Rico, for instance,
Yeah.
Puerto Rico prices are completely different. I ran the Puerto Rico market for a while for a cell phone company, and their pricing on postcards and their pricing
off the charts, right?
It was crazy. I couldn't believe how much people were paying in the islands for things, and that's why we've had different customers from the Bahamas and stuff like that printing with us.
Yeah, and it's about the margins, right? At the end of the day, you're not trying to break the bank, but you understand that in order to keep a good repeat business, you simply keep it in the middle of the game, but you have the quality there and the reliability that's going to stick.
And the turnaround time.
And the turnaround time. That's also the key too, with the right information being told to you, Martin, so if someone is looking to do business with you, obviously, you're online, and you can come to your office.
And we're also on WhatsApp.
And you're also on WhatsApp.
I'll bring up WhatsApp a lot because
Yes.
in honesty, I would say that WhatsApp has really changed the printing business for us, for R&L printing. And
Wow.
I know it sounds a little bit
How's
weird.
that?
I know it sounds a little bit weird to say that because most people don't think of WhatsApp as a
right.
marketing tool. But
Everybody's on it.
Yeah.
everyone does have WhatsApp, and there's a lot of different WhatsApp groups. So depending on the groups that you could get on, if you were like in a fraternity as an example, if you went to Columbus High School as another example, I have WhatsApp groups that have 1,000 people. I have WhatsApp groups that have 400 people, 300 people. And if you're able to just give advice and help people in all these groups and just be top of mind, the minute they need something, they're thinking, oh, I need something printed. Or they'll even start recommending you,
Right.
which is what starts happening on certain WhatsApp groups as
The
well.
best form of a business is a referral.
Yeah, word of
I was
mouth
late.
advertising.
Right.
I was late to the WhatsApp game on my desktop computer. I mean, I always use it
on
from
your
the phone.
right.
But man, it changes your entire
lot easier on the
perspective
computer.
on the computer. You share documents so much easier,
Yeah.
and it's such a user-friendly website to connect really quick
And it's
to
been
show people
encrypted too. I mean, it's a very safe platform too. I mean, that's also
So that's where you show most of your clients their proofs, not only through an email, but here's
a
the proof.
lot of proofs go through WhatsApp.
By the
Not
way,
all
Mark-
of them, but a lot of proofs. There's certain customers that'll tell me I prefer emails, which is fine. We'll send out an email, but there's a lot of proofs that go through WhatsApp.
And just so everybody knows, Martin is the one that created our billboard that you see out here in the Turnpike, Talk
right.
Visual Podcast Billboard. That's the work of Martin Bech right there. That is awesome, man. So Martin, for the realtors again, they can get a package from you, and it's not expensive because the realtors, when they initially start in the business, they've got to pay their MLS fees, you know, which is about $1,000 out the gate. They've got to pay for their marketing package, so they've got to invest some money before they made a dollar.
They are
in
their
any
own
business,
business,
but
though, right?
that's how every business is.
right.
But the agents have this misconception most of the time that they think, okay, I'm going to make money first and then I'm going to spend money. And I go, no.
No, it takes money.
This
to
is a
make
business.
money.
You're a business within a business.
Yep.
So you've got to have some funds left over so that you can create your business. But again, when they compare your prices to others, and remember, quality is always better than quantity. Right.
Yeah, of course.
But you're competitive with prices when compared to others.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So do people see a menu of prices when they go on your website or call you or?
So we have some things on the website, not everything, but because there's a lot of customization when it comes to printing, there is a lot of customization. There could be a customer, a realtor, for example, might want to have the realtor signs on metal, or they might want to have the realtor signs on PVC.
Right.
So it really depends on what their budget is and what they prefer. I could do PVC signs a lot less expensive than I could do on the Max Metal or metal signs. Metal signs are going to cost a little bit more, but depends on what you prefer. I mean, it really is budget conscious. So
I think for the realtors, they should think, what's going to get the message out there. PVC is a lot less expensive, but it serves the same purpose.
It serves the same
I think it's probably going to last the same amount of time.
It depends on the weather. Remember,
Yeah.
we're in Miami and we're in the South Florida area where things get windy, things get rainy, and stuff like that. Just make sure you tie it down, man. Tie it down like if a hurricane's coming.
Yeah.
Are there any moments where you've got creative ideas that you want to recommend in industry? Like for realtors, if you have this aha moment, you go, man, if realtors started doing this, I think this would really take off.
So I guess one of my aha moments was a couple years ago when we got in a new machine. It's a UV printer, and UV printers really have changed what you can print on. It's basically, it opens up a lot of doors of being capabilities.
It's the voice of print.
Okay.
And one of the first things we started doing at the shop was we started printing on dominoes.
Oh, cool, man.
You want some custom dominoes?
So you could actually get
We get the
custom
tables.
dominoes.
We get the custom tables with DR. Santo Domingo is in the middle of the table, and I bought that in a minute.
Yeah, but now you could actually have your custom set of dominoes.
Julio.
It
Don
could be
Julio.
it could be with your name, family name. Could be a logo,
Business,
full color,
Avanti Way.
doesn't matter.
Great
Right.
gift ideas too for that client you're trying to,
Yeah.
But how does it work? I mean,
It prints on every tile,
right?
that's amazing.
so every tile gets printed.
Well, all the new stuff is really expensive. Is this not? Is this?
I mean, For a custom set of dominoes for $75, I don't think it's too
No.
That's it right there. I'd like a custom set of dominoes that say Avanti Way Realty on it.
Right.
Avanti Way, I want a custom set of
And
dominoes.
then if you buy multiple sets, you get better prices. But
That's right.
Just single price is $75 for a set, which I don't think is much. That's either double
no.
6 or double 9.
Right.
I'm going to go off on a different tangent here. I've seen on TikTok all these LED lights, the film, and it looks like there's moving, holograms on the windows,
3D
right?
models moving.
I've seen it, but they're all from China.
Right.
They're all from China, and it gets a little scary when you're buying anything from China, right? Is that a trend that's now starting to become mainstream here in the U.S., where the film becomes the LED, and then you can play whatever you want on that film, and it's real easy to put on the
more
window.
of a
It's a do-it-yourself.
A digital billboard.
Have you seen those?
And honestly, I haven't.
Okay.
I'll be honest.
Well, I'll send you what I'll tell you what I saw on TikTok because I thought it was pretty cool, and I said, man, I'd love to have something.
It's a fan
like
that spins and it lights up and it becomes like a hologram.
No, it's not a fan that spins. It's
not the one?
basically like you'd have a sheet of paper, right?
Oh, and it's flexible.
Like a
it-
film.
Yeah, and it's got all the LEDs on there, and you just put them side by side, and then you plug in a USB, whatever,
And you program it.
whatever video you want to see on there, and this thing is playing. So the way they show you on the TikTok, it's like you're in Times Square, and all the Megatron. Now you can create your own Megatron on any window, which I think is pretty cool. I just don't trust.
Right. Yeah. Song's really good, but again, sometimes you just gotta try it. Unfortunately, you don't know until you know.
You gotta test things out.
Right.
Yeah.
Sometimes the challenge is for those who are not willing to take that step. You got to take the plunge. But Martin, so tell us a little about you. I understand you in the print world. I know you're part of my group of that represents the you. So tell me a little about you. Who is Martin Bech?
Well, we don't talk about sports.
Yeah, we do.
No, not in public venues. In public venues, we don't talk about sports, politics, or religion.
That's it.
Just in case. That's business advice
That's
right
business
there.
advice. Totally agree.
You never know, man. You never know,
right?
what fanatic you deal with.
That is true. So at the end of the day, I wanted to see if he was listening, guys. At the end of the day, it made sense to ask the certain questions because if some environment you get into, those conversations become, I'm pulling for this team or this person or that person. So at the end of the day, I would still like to know who's Martin Bech. We know you're a family guy. Give us a little insight if you were to say a short version of your bio. Who are you? You know what I mean?
Who am I? I have 3 kids: Nicole, Julianne, and Brian.
Awesome.
My son is the youngest one. He's 17. Wow. He's gonna be graduating from Columbus. He's at Columbus as well.
He's part of the C.
He's part of the C. And in honesty, the C, like you guys were saying, the niche and the group of Columbus is probably stronger than even fraternities.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit weird because it's a school in the middle of Miami in Westchester. Like
Right.
it's not
Nowhere, right?
it is somewhere.
I mean,
but
nowhere.
yeah, it's not.
If you ask somebody where's Columbus, 95% of the persons will probably say, I don't know. I mean, Columbus, Ohio, Columbus.
But
where?
in Miami, people know.
People know.
No, and we're all proud of the high school that we went to.
Yeah.
But it seems like the people that go to Columbus have an extra level of pride.
Right.
It's like really high
Yeah,
up
you'll
there.
see the C on cars.
Yeah.
People are driving around, and
It's definitely it's a fraternity.
It's different.
It's their own unwritten fraternity, and most persons are proud of their high schools. It's amazing, right? You would say you have to be proud of the college or such if you attend school, and then you realize. But high school, I think, is the part that shapes you the most, in my opinion, right? It shapes you and determine which left or right you're going to go.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you're a family man. Now you have a business. You do your side stuff. I know you like cars. How is the car business going?
The car business. I'm not in business for cars, even though my wife Vivian will probably say I am. But
That's what I heard. Word in the street.
I'm not in business for cars.
Right.
Not yet.
Not yet.
You never know.
Uh-huh.
You never know how things turn out.
Understand.
But I do like cars.
Okay. Good.
I have a kit car that I built.
What kind of car is that?
I built a Factory 5 Cobra 427 kit car.
That sounds like a fun hobby.
Well, that was an 18-year project, man. I don't know about fun. It was a lot of work, but it took 18 years to finally finish building it. But hey, it's done. It does have a tag. You can put it on the road.
There you go.
Martin, with how fast AI is accelerating through this industry and just through the world, do you find AI useful for your business? Anything that makes
I find AI extremely useful, especially for responding to emails and responding with quotes.
Yeah.
At least that's what I'm using it for primarily. There's
To keep up.
sometimes that we might use it to give us ideas for designs, but it's not gonna finish a design for you.
Right.
Like it's
It'll
gonna
give you a
give you it's
concept.
gonna give you a concept. It's not gonna. You're still gonna need a designer. You're still gonna need to share that idea with a designer and say, I like this, but I don't like this. I want to change this. I want to change that. And then the designer's gonna end up finishing the product for you. But
So the human element is still needed.
yeah,
Which
I
is
think
good.
a lot of people think it's gonna take over everything, but
I don't.
at least I don't foresee it.
And Martin, what are some of the
Taking over
things that you don't like for customers to do? Like, is it the back and forth? Like, how do you want the customer to approach? Hey, I have this idea, and then you run with that idea. You give them a sample. Are there times where you're like, oh my God, this is going a little too far now?
No.
I mean, I think the biggest thing with customers is that if you send them a design, let's just say we're going to go back to the design side. If you send them a design to approve, and then they tell you, oh, I want to change this.
Yeah.
And you change it, you do what they
Right.
said. And then you send it back to them, and then they say, oh, now I want to change this.
Right.
It's like, it'd be a lot better if somebody would tell you, when they see the first rendering, they tell you, I want to change this, 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 and this,
Yeah.
and you're able to do all the changes together.
Got it.
Because when you get into these design softwares, they take time,
Yeah.
and they take a lot of effort, even to move a letter. Like, it's not
And
as
everyone's-
simple
right.
as it looks.
So in everyone's eyes, they see a design and they say, well, I want to move this, assuming that it's so easy from that side of the table, and says, yeah, move that letter, but not knowing what it takes to actually move just as simple as he said, a letter. But you just want it done. So you just say, hey, you guys should be able to do that. I mean, get that back to me, and you're expecting them to take seconds to just click and move.
Like it's a Word document.
Yeah, exactly. It's not as easy. And design software in general doesn't have even spell check.
Oh.
So we tell people all the time, make sure you review everything,
Yeah.
because there's no spell check in a lot of the
Right.
design softwares that you're using.
And when I'm doing the print, because you got to print in both languages most times, if you're trying to capture an audience and you wanted to try to change the language, I mean, it takes some time as well, because the dialect of that individual, they say it in the Spaniard way, where it says, I would say Cuban way, or if you're saying
You
it
use Spanglish.
Spanglish, right? You know what I mean? So you got to be able to make sure whenever they're doing the spell check that it's it's accurate, and someone is always going to depict every single letter you put out there.
No, I'll give you an example of what checking your proof, the proof that the printer sends you back, really understand it. Because, for example, here at my office, a realtor could come in and they'll say to the printer, they want this as their email, these are their social media tags, all this. And then the printer might say, what's your address? And maybe that realtor doesn't respond, and they just go look up the address, and it'll give them the corporate address in Doral,
Right.
And then they'll send the proof.
Right.
And the realtor looks at the proof, approves it, and then they get 1,000 business cards with the
wrong
Doral address. And then they'll come to me and say,
What do I do?
hey,
The printer messed
any
up.
way I can get this money back?
No, the printer messed up.
Yeah.
I love those conversations.
Yeah.
Those are fun.
So,
We've had those conversations multiple times with
Look
people.
at,
and
look
it's
at
like,
your proofs.
like, that's why we send you a proof, and that's why you respond to the proof and say approved.
Right.
I mean,
Just imagine how many times it's happened where one number is wrong on their phone number, and they're like, I can't even use this.
Right.
Well, I mean, you approved it. That's a tough.
It's a tough
Decisions
moment. You just got to eat that pie. And unfortunately, we've been in
humble pie.
Humble pie. I'm a victim of that once or twice, where you simply in a hurry, you just says yes, and you forget to change something, and you sign off on it, and it just is what it is. So I've been I've eaten that pie.
So I'm gonna make some orders, man. I'm gonna make some orders.
So Martin, you're gonna make some orders?
Yeah, I need a branded tent.
Yep.
A 10 by 10 branded tent. I need some Avanti Way t-shirts.
Dominoes.
Avanti Way t-shirts, and I need some
we
dominoes.
do embroidery in house as well.
Embroidery?
Yeah, embroidery for shirts.
All right, we're gonna get some t-shirts. I'm gonna start trying to be like this guy, just dropping merch on everybody.
That's it, buddy.
I'm gonna level up my merch game.
I'm the merch king, that's how we work. That's how we roll in these parts. So Martin, like
whenever we're going to events, we try to give out bottle openers.
Yeah.
People like to have bottle openers for some
yeah,
reason.
for some reason.
Not really sure why.
Yeah.
We like to give out stress balls.
Yeah.
People like the stress balls. They like, and all these things are branded with your name and your information. Depending on the event, there's sometimes that we'll give out lip balms if we're like at the seafood festival as an example, outdoors type thing. So
and even the water. I mean, if you get the water, you can relabel the water.
relabel the water.
All three of our businesses should participate in the Pig Roast Challenge. You guys heard of the Pig Roast Challenge?
No,
the one that happens at
Which ones are happening? Yeah.
Columbus have one.
At Columbus?
There's a lot of Columbus heads there at the Pig Roast.
But
At Miami
there
Park.
is one at Columbus too. But yes, the answer is yes. It's just that for me in my space, I have to be the first to the dance because there's a lot of door fronts.
Well, this is held by the PBA, so it's a lot of
so that's
law
the one.
enforcement.
You're talking about the one in Tropical Park.
Yeah,
Right.
Tropical
Not
Park,
Tamiami.
not Tamiami.
Yeah.
Tropical Park,
Right.
Luis Fonseca. That's a really,
And
really
Kiko.
cool event.
And
And
Kiko.
Kiko. So
I could get Kiko on here for you guys.
we need to get him on here, man. I think that's one of the
I'm gonna
best
hold Kiko
freaking
to it, man.
festivals.
I'm gonna hold Kiko to it.
Yeah, please do. Well, tell
Roast.
him we would love to have him on, man. We can drop him an email to see if we can invite him on to kind of spread the message
And talk about the PBA. It's a great event. It's a lot of pigs being cooked. That's for
right.
sure. That's probably the largest pig roast that I've ever joined.
I participated last year. I cooked
Did
the
you?
pig. I did
Oh,
the cajachina thing, the whole nine.
I was there last year as well.
Yeah. Oh man, next time I see you, man, we're gonna be hanging
See,
out.
that's it, man. We always
Yeah, but like I'm
connect.
saying, it's a lot of people there. Like
I know.
it's tough to see all the people there.
Right.
There's a
Well,
lot
this
of
is
people
how we
there.
connect, guys. And at the end of the day, we come on. We kind of want to drop tips and tricks in your ear, simply to let you know that these are the things you need for your business. The marketing. This is all startup type stuff. But in the event that for a successful business to continue growing, you simply need to have a good print shop on speed dial. For a lot of reasons, you need to have that on speed dial. Sometime a holiday gift. Holidays are coming soon. Even though we're in the summer, this is not summer in July anymore. Oh, what do they call it? Winter in July. They used to have that. That was the thing where we used to do a lot of Christmas marketing in July. Then they kind of cooled that off. Now we go into back to school. Then we go into the holiday. Here we are, just like that. Boom.
So, for those out there that want to find Martin Bech, RL Printing, social media, RL Printing, and Instagram, Facebook. He's got a WhatsApp. He's got a website, rlprinting.net. Again, rlprinting.net.com.
Not .com. It's
Right.
.net.
.net.
Right.
Even though
There you go.
I do own the .com, so if you
Right.
go into .com, you'll still find us.
That's
but
right.
And you're
Yeah.
located
.net.
near the Tamiami Airport.
Tamiami Airport. Yeah.
So, guys, in the Ship International, for all of my folks out there in the world, just to let you guys know, don't be afraid to, find a company that can simply give you the best, for your bottom line, the best bang for the buck, quality, great service, family ran. Like I said, keep it in the family per se, but, if you have to go outside of the family, do so, do it smart. So, with that being said, guys, what another episode. I wanted to say thank you for coming on with us, Martin.
you,
It's been a
Martin.
minute.
Appreciate getting invited. It was fun.
Thank you. So, you know what I
It's been
mean?
a pleasure. You've taught our audience a lot of what it means to get into this business. We appreciate you. We're going to be doing more business with you very soon. Thank you, Martin. Thank you very much. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Talk Visual 305. We'll see you soon.